Danny Dietrich and Bobby Allen meet. Posse drivers shine, but don't win. A sprint car driver missing at Lincoln. A high limit franchise update and a whole lot more today. Let's go. It's Thursday, May 8th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. Today's daily show is being supported by our friends at ArrowVision. They've got something to watch for both late model and sprint car fans this weekend. Friday and Saturday, May 9th and 10th, they are streaming the Comp Cams Super Dirt Series from Batesville Motor Speedway. The Bad Boy 98 weekend features $5,000 to win for late models on Friday and $12,000 to win on Saturday, plus a full undercard of racing divisions. Timothy Culp leads the Comp Cams Championship after a couple of races right now over Billy Moyer and BJ Robinson. Also on Saturday night, ArrowVision will be streaming Living Legends Night from Riverside International Speedway, featuring 360 sprint cars, late models, modifieds, and more. Sprint car drivers expected to compete include Howard Moore, Derek Hagar, Dale Howard, and others. All season long, ArrowVision is the streaming home for the Comp Cam Super Dirt Series, the All-American Outlaw Modified Series, and Arrowhead Speedway. You can grab an account and tune in over at www.arrowvision.live. The World of Outlaws kicking off things against the Posse last night with a stop at Lincoln Speedway for the Gettysburg Clash. If you just might remember back to last week, there was a little drama in Central PA over sprint car wings and their flexibility. Danny Dietrich taking to social media to point out the wing on the Shark Racing 1A following Ashton Torgerson's win at Baps Motor Speedway. We're not going to dive back into that conversation again, but it was tagged in this photo yesterday. Dietrich and Shark Racing team owner Bobby Allen spotted in the Lincoln Speedway pit area having a discussion. Given recent events, I doubt this conversation involved tariffs, the Knicks stunning the Celtics, who's going to be the next Pope, or the Dallas Cowboys trading for George Pickens. I'll leave it up to your imagination to decide how this conversation went, but thanks to James Conner for the photo and being on the spot to grab it. Dietrich did finish top 10 last night while Torgerson missed the feature transfer in the B-Main. If you're at the racetrack in the future and spot something interesting, feel free to send me photos via social media DM or at info@dirtracker.com. Last night's feature win went to Buddy Kofoid. He led all 35 laps officially from the pole. Chase Dietz did lead briefly on an early slider, but Kofoid able to drive back by. Dietz and Anthony Macri representing the Posse well with podium runs behind Kofoid. That was Kofoid's third Outlaw win of the season and 13th total of his career. He and that Roth 83 team trying to claw their way back into the championship fight after a tough start during DIRTRACKR Nationals, and then finishes outside the top 10 a few weeks ago between Peevely and Knoxville. With David Gravel sitting at 31 straight top 10s right now, these guys, they just have no margin for error. Kofoid fourth at the moment. He's 138 points back. Gravel fourth last night, did gain ground on both Logan Schuchart and Carson Macedo behind him. The second place finish was a career best Outlaw run for Chase Dietz, and he continues to show he's a guy to beat in that area. In 12 Central PA starts this season, Dietz has yet to finish worse than 7th. It was nice to see guys walk away from some absolutely nasty crashes last night. Dylan Norris had an ugly one in Heat 1, and there was another in Heat 3 with Chad Trout, Cameron Smith, Brady Bacon, and Matt Campbell at the center. There was a notable absence last night at Lincoln Speedway, and word is he won't be at the Grove this weekend either, and that was Emerson Axsom. Following Eldora last week, Axsom had made appearances at all 19 Outlaw shows to date with 2 top 5s, 6 top 10s, and an average feature finish of just a tick better than 14th. He'd started all but 4 features with a best finish of 3rd that came back at Lawton. I still don't know why this team didn't declare as a World of Outlaws full-timer back at DCN so they could have taken advantage of some of the benefits like provisionals. I don't see anything in the Platinum Agreement contract that would discourage them from doing so, but I did hear they were getting at least some tow money. Jeremy Elliott reported this week that this team will likely race with High Limit this weekend. I do think that a pick-and-choose schedule to continue getting Axsom experience and comfortable is the right call for 2025 versus trying to tackle the full Outlaw slate so early on. This is only year number 2 for Axsom in full-time 410 competition. Up next for the Outlaws is 2 nights at Williams Grove. Keep an eye on that Friday weather there as well. Also last night, we saw Illinois Speed Week continue with a stop at Spoon River for the Flow Racing Night in America Series presented by our friends at Kubota. Jonathan Davenport picked up his first win since Speed Weeks, holding off Hudson O'Neal down the stretch. As I was writing yesterday's show looking at Davenport's recent results, I kind of wondered if maybe he and that 49 team were missing something here as of late. But they've had speed. I don't want to overlook that. They were second at Port, fourth at Circle City, some good runs at Wheatland. And then last night, they just go out and lead all 50 laps for $20,000. So I guess they're fine. O'Neill looked good after skipping LaSalle on Wednesday. Bobby Pierce went 7th to 3rd. Some big names did struggle last night, including several who didn't even make the main event. Ricky Thornton Jr. needed a 7-position charge to finish 11th. Ryan Gustin was 13th. Brandon Shepard 17th. And guys like Tyler Erb, Tim McCready, and Brandon Overton were all loading up after the Bs. Some really competitive fields so far, and no provisionals on offer with the Flow Series. One more Flow show tonight with Lincoln Speedway up next. Not Lincoln Speedway in Pennsylvania, Lincoln Speedway in Illinois. Then it's Lucas-sanctioned shows Friday and Saturday at Farmer City and Fairbury. Other weekend late model options for you include the Spring Nationals at Rockcastle and Lake Cumberland, the previously mentioned Comp Cams races at Batesville, and there's ULMS at Latrobe, among others. The open wheel weekend is heavy, and besides the Outlaws at Williams Grove, it is headlined by High Limit. They're at Lakeside Friday and Tri-City on Saturday. Hopefully no weather issues to worry about Friday and Saturday. There will likely again be some NASCAR flavor with High Limit this weekend, as the Cup Series is in action not far away at Kansas Speedway. I'd expect Kyle Larson to race, and we know that Corey Day will be back in a second Jason Myers 14 again. Ty Gibbs and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. were on the entry list earlier this week for 81 Speedway, so we'll see if they drop in as well. I got asked not that long ago about the current franchise status for High Limit. We know that the KKR 49, the Clausen Marshall 7BC, the Brent Marks 19, and Rico Abreu, his 24 car, they got franchises from last season. With no Roth car back, there are 6 franchises up for grabs this season. And if things ended right now, those 6 would go to the Ridge car and Aaron Reitzel, Casey Kane in the 9, Justin Peck with Rudine, the Myers 14 with Baston, Tanner Thorson's Rod Gross team, and the Book 13 with Dazen Persley. Chase Randall is actually higher than those last 3 I just mentioned, but High Limit's brass have said it's based on 2 years worth of results. So Randall wouldn't be eligible based on that. Other racing to check out this weekend includes NARC at Antioch, AFCS at Attica and Fremont, USAC Sprint Cars at Bloomington and Hobstadt, Extreme Outlaw Midgets at Humboldt and 81 Speedway. Last night, Creek County was rained out. There's also plenty of other local and regional action going on. Check out the streaming schedule at DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. That's a good place to start. And then there's also great schedules at TJSlideways.com. Click on the All-Star Performance Calendar, and at SprintCarRatings.com. Those are a couple of other options to find what other things you can watch in the open wheel world. One schedule note for you, the ASCS National Tour has postponed Friday night's show at Windy Hollow Speedway to Friday, July 25th because of weather. Saturday's event at Paducah is still on as scheduled. That's the show for this week. Thanks as always for the support. None of this would be possible without you guys tuning in. Hope you have a great Thursday out there, and we'll see you right back here on Sunday.